invited to a special screening of an adaptation of famous English novelist Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights, a centenary special.
We would like to extend a warm welcome to the principal, Dr. Sylvanus Lamare, our head of department, Sir Professor Malcolm Tarian, the faculty of English department, teachers from various departments, and two special guests. Two teachers from Pine Mount School, Miss Karpran and Miss Kongla, for gracing us this afternoon.
I just want to say that we have definitely seen how hardworking and how sincere the English department is when it came to working together tirelessly every day for the sole purpose of bringing this play to life, to bringing Wuthering Heights to life.
When you pick up Wuthering Heights to read, you cannot but feel the pressure of all those who came before us, who have come in equal measure to love or even to deride this book. It forces us then to venture on our own and discover what lies in the pages. I think it is not unfair to say that no one emerges from the end unchanged and unmoved. What this story is about is something that we want to investigate, to show, to depict in this play. You might very well ask, what is this story about? Is it a passionate love story? Perhaps the greatest in English literature? Is it a tragedy? Is it a brutal narrative of pain and vengeance? Is it a horrifyingly accurate portrayal of the loneliness and desperation of the human soul? Is it Bronte's exposition of the complexities of love and the battle of the ego within love, where what you feel in your heart must reckon with the reality of the world outside? I think what we, the writers, intended to do with the story was to adapt it into a form that is closer to our collective imagination. Our play is about 1.5 hours long, which necessarily means that we had the difficult task of having to choose what parts of the narrative to show. Even in making this decision, we realized that we each had our own understanding of what is central to the book. Indeed, this book offers so many advantages and lends itself to so many interpretations that every reader may love it for an entirely different reason from another. But we realized early on that the power of this tale lies in the potent, visceral emotions that it evokes. We do not seek to answer the question that Wuthering Heights raises, because truth be told, we may never have the answers. We only seek to reintroduce, to retell this tantalizingly beautiful tale, so that you may fall in love with it too, and it may.
A story of love breaking the walls, souls of two lovers, their rise and their fall. What will we see when revenge is a love story? And what shall we find when chaos align? Onto the dark walls of withering gloom, into a cold room. A dark graying voice calling, let me in. Let us enter the tale, let the answers rush in. We will take you up high to a place below dark skies. We will take you to the night.
Lockwood, after such a pitiful event, I suppose it would be better if you spend the night here. You can return to the Grange tomorrow morning.
Well, I have no other choices as of this hour. I therefore agree to your kind offer.
But sir, this is the chamber where my master does not like to be occupied. I don't know the reason to it, since I have been serving this household not so long ago to know its history.
Since the master would not likely enter this chamber, I think it would serve me as a good place to rest for the night.
Take a good rest. Just don't create any nuisance while in this chamber. Have a good night, sir.
Catherine Shaw. Catherine Heathcliff. Catherine Linton. Never mind.
ทีมต่อเลยนะทำงานมาทำ
That's me in!
Who's there?
It's me! That's me in!
Who are you?
Catherine Linton!
Catherine Linton. Catherine Linton. Catherine Linton.
Wow.
Catherine Linton.
Come back, now I've come home. Please let me in.
How can I let you in? My hands in your breath. Let me go. From the dark. Just let my hands go. If you want me to. I'm gonna dream. I'm gonna dream. No.
Let me in.
Catherine Linton. I'm gonna dream. I'm gonna dream. Wake up. Lockwood, wake up. I'm gonna dream. I'm gonna dream. Wake up, Lockwood. Wake up. Catherine. Wake up. Wake up. I won't let you in. Even if you walk the earth for 20 years, I won't let you in, Catherine. I won't. I lost it. It's only your guest, sir.
Who showed you out this room?
It was your servant, Zilla, sir. I think she probably wanted me to encounter with the ghost of this haunted place.
What do you mean? Lie down. Rest for the night since you're here. But for heaven's sake, don't make that horrid noise again.
If that little ghost had gotten through the window, she probably would have strangled me. And that minx, Catherine Linton, Ernst, whatever. She was a wicked soul.
What are you talking about?
She told me she had been walking the earth for these 20 years. A just punishment for mortal transgressions, I've no doubt.
How dare you!
Sir.
Answer my roof!
Sir.
Just go away!
Sir, hear me.
Go away!
Sir.
Kathy! Come in! Come in, Kathy! Hear me one more time, listen to my desperateness! Come in!
Now, my body man, I'm going to Liverpool today. What shall I get you?
I would like a fiddle, Daddy, a fiddle.
And what about you, my darling Cathy?
A whip, Daddy, to ride a horse.
Alright, you will get your gifts when I return. And as for you, child, I'll bring you a bag of apples and pears. I should be on my way. Goodbye to you.
On the third evening of his departure, master, Mr. Earnshaw, returned at just about 11 o'clock.
That was a long way home. See here, wife. This may not be a pleasant surprise.
What ragged fellow have you brought in, darling?
He may look as if he's of the devil, but I take it as God's gift.
What is his name? Do you have a name? Nikki, talk to him.
Nellie told me that Miss Catherine and the young boy had become closer by then. Henley, however, hated him. He would bully the boy, but the mistress never put in a word on his behalf when she saw him wronged. It was in one night that an event then changed the scene of the Heights forever. This occurred as how Nellie narrated.
Mr. Earnshaw was an active and healthy man, but his strength left him suddenly. He grew seriously irritable and drifted away from his children under Josephine's influence. Josephine was a religious fanatic who was also a servant in Wuthering Heights. Mr. Earnshaw sent Henley away for college while he grew irritated towards Catherine's high spirits. She and Heathcliff, however, became very fond of each other, and their love shone in one night.
And then we go to bed. Heathcliff, Papa is cold. His cheeks are cold. Heathcliff, he is no more with us. Heathcliff, he is dead. Oh, Papa, no. Heathcliff, just because father is no longer here, doesn't mean he can treat you like a servant. I'm sorry.
If he's sorry for him bringing a bad wife to the house, that woman, she shivers and claps her hand in all situations. I pity her.
She yells, cries, and weeps at the sight of anything black. I wonder if she's really mad.
Let's skip the moors today. Instead, let's go to the Grange and see what the spoiled rich kids are doing.
That would be an exciting view to see. For Heathcliff, before we go, I want you to have this.
Oh, Catherine,
the grange, the young Lintons, Isabella and Edgar, were fighting over a cat. Catherine and Heathcliff were observing the scene from the window. The two laughed at such an idiocy and created sounds to scare the young children of the grange.
The cat! The cat! The cat ran out of the room from my grasp. Now you have it. I wanted no more.
Ooh! Ooh!
The thieves! Mama, Papa, the thieves! They're here! Edgar!
Run, Heathcliff, run! Ah!
Where's the rope?
The dog is not well, sir. He doesn't like it, looks like trouble.
Bring them in.
Frightful thing! Well, put him in the cellar, Papa. He's exactly like the son of the fortune teller who stole my pheasant. Isn't he, Edgar?
That's Miss Earnshaw. And look how the dog has bitten her. Her foot is bleeding.
Miss Earnshaw? Nonsense! Miss Earnshaw scouring the country? What a gypsy boy! Why did she become such a companion? A wicked boy at all events. Required fits for a decent house.
Keep it up, okay? Because I need it,
Did
please.
she know this is language, Linton? I'm shocked that my children should have heard it.
Rose, let Miss Earnshaw rest, and we'll tend to her wounds. And as for this gypsy, take him out of the house.
Oh, Catherine.
Take him out.
Catherine! Catherine!
Who's trespassing property in the south?
It's me, Nellie.
Heathcliff. Why do you look so tired? And where's Catherine? No accident, I hope.
She's at the Grange.
Where? What were you doing at the Grange? You shall be flogged if the master knows about this. And why is Catherine not with you?
It's a long story, Nellie. I'll tell you everything later.
And just tell me if she's doing well.
She's well, Nellie. We went to see the Grange lights and hid under a window. He was carrying those rich idiots when we were caught by the dog. The creature had bitten Catherine's foot.
Bitten? Then how can you say she's doing well, Heathcliff?
She's fine, Nellie. She's treated well by the Lintons.
And what about her foot?
They tended to her wounds. I watched her from the window and I was ready to break the pains if she had wished to return. I think she's a young lady, Nellie. They made a distinction between her treatment and mine.
A distinction? How so?
When I was thrown out of the house by the servant, they made her sit on the sofa. And then they gave her cakes to eat. And old Mrs. Linton prepared for her a drink. I left when they dried and combed her beautiful hair. Her beauty. It kindled a spark of spirit in the vacant blue eyes of the Lintons. They were full of stupid admiration, Nellie. Nellie, she is so immeasurably superior to everyone. To everyone else on earth, is she not?
You shall face the consequences for venturing into such a business. You are incurable, Heathcliff. You shall see Master Hindley proceed to his extremities. But as of now, let's get inside, and I'll get you something to eat.
Stayed with the Lintons for 2 weeks until Christmas. When she returned, she was transformed into a lady, and her actions were not in favor of Heathcliff. He, on the other hand, was still under the harsh treatment of Hindley, and the situation aggravated when he threw a pot of applesauce at Edgar Linton during one of the visits at Christmas.
You've had about 2 days, Heathcliff. Here, have some of the porridge. Master Hindley must have been really furious. But Edgar, he deserved the applesauce. And Kathy is too much of a lady ever since she returned from the Grange. Have you talked to her? Heathcliff, why are you silent? What are you thinking?
I am thinking of how I shall pay Hindley back. I don't care how long I have to wait, Nelly. I can only pay him back at last. I just hope he doesn't die before I do.
For shame, Heathcliff! It is for God to punish the wicked people. We should learn to forgive.
No! God won't have the satisfaction that I shall have. Let me alone and I'll plan it out.
And Heathcliff has been complaining about me not sparing enough time for him.
You're turning him out for those silly friends of yours?
They're not silly, Nelly. Besides, I don't get anything by spending time with Heathcliff. Nelly, that's the sound of the carriage. That must be Edgar Linton. Today, I'll be a lady. May I be Edgar Linton's lady? Come in, Edgar. I was losing hope that I'd see you, since it's been raining all day.
Yes, but the rain will never stop me from fulfilling my promises.
Please, have a seat.
Look pretty in that frock, Catherine.
Thank you, Edgar. What are you doing there, Nelly? take yourself and your dusters off. When visitors are in the house, servants don't start cleaning in the room where they are.
It's a good opportunity. Now that the master's away, he hates me to be fidgeting with these things in his presence. I'm sure Mr. Edgar will excuse me.
I hate you to be fidgeting in my presence.
I'm sorry for it, Miss Catherine. Oh, miss! You have no right to pinch me, and I'm not going to bear it.
I didn't touch you, you lying creature.
What's that then?
Catherine, love! Catherine, love!
You're a wicked lady, miss.
I didn't mean to do that. Where are you going? You must not go.
I must, and shall. Can I stay after you have struck me?
Not yet, Edgar Linton. Sit down. You shall not leave me in that temper.
You've made me afraid and ashamed of you, Catherine, and you told a deliberate lie. I shall not come here again.
I didn't. I did nothing deliberately. Well, go. If you please, get away. And I shall cry. I'll cry myself sick.
Don't cry, Catherine. I'll stay.
Are you alone, Ellie?
Yes, miss.
Where's Heathcliff?
Doing his work in the stable.
Oh dear, I am very unhappy.
A pity.
Will you keep a secret from me, Ellie?
Is it worth keeping?
Yes, and it worries me, and I must let it out. I want to know what I should do. Today, Edgar Linton has asked me to marry him. And I've given my answer. Now, before I tell you anything about it, you tell me what it ought to have been.
Well, Miss Catherine, how can I know? To be sure, considering your actions in his presence this afternoon, I might say it would be wise to refuse him. Since he asked you after that, he must either be hopelessly stupid or a fool.
Then I won't tell you anymore, Nellie. I've accepted him.
You've accepted him? Then what good is it discussing the matter?
Tell me that I do the right thing.
Oh dear, miss. Do you love Mr. Edgar?
Of course, I do.
Why do you love him?
Nonsense! I do. Isn't that sufficient?
By no means. You must say why.
Well, because he is handsome and pleasant to be with, and because he is young and cheerful, and because he loves me, and because he shall be rich, and I shall be like the greatest woman in the neighborhood, and I shall be proud of having such a husband.
You love Mr. Edgar because he is handsome and young and cheerful and rich and loves you. I don't mean to make a joke out of it, Miss Catherine, but
I don't need your permission, Nellie. I shall marry him.
Well then, everything seems to be right. Your brother will be pleased, and his parents will not object. I think. So where is the problem?
Here. And here. in my heart, I'm convinced I'm wrong.
That's very strange. I cannot understand.
It is my secret, Nellie. I'll explain it to you. I cannot do it distinctly, but I'll give you a feeling of how I feel. If I were in heaven, Nellie, I shall be extremely miserable.
Because you're not fit to go there.
But that's not it! I dreamt once that I was there.
I will listen to your dreams, Miss Catherine. I'll go to bed.
Nellie, this is nothing. I was only going to say that heaven did not seem to be my home because Heathcliff wasn't there. And I begged the angels to come back to earth. And then they were so angry that they flung me out into the middle of the heat on the top of Wuthering Heights, where I woke up sobbing for joy. I have no business in marrying Edgar Linton that I have to be in heaven. And if Hindley had not brought Heathcliff so low, then I shouldn't have even thought of it. It would degrade me to marry Heathcliff now. So, he shall not know how I love him. And not because he is handsome, Nellie, but because he is more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. And Linton's is as different as moonbeam from lightning or frost from fire.
Hush!
Why?
Josephine is here, and Heathcliff will come with her. I'm not sure if he's at the door this moment.
Oh, he couldn't overhear me at the door.
Well, I see no reason why he should not know, as well as you. And if you are his choice, he would be the most unfortunate creature. But miss, have you considered how you'll bear the separation once you become Mrs. Linton?
We're separated. Who's to separate us? Not as long as I live, Ellen. I'm only marrying Edgar Linton to make Heathcliff rise. I don't want us to become beggars.
With your husband's money, Miss Catherine. I think that's the worst motive.
It is not. It is the best. My great miseries in this world have been Heathcliff's miseries. My love for Edgar Linton is like the foliage in the woods. Time will change it, I'm well aware, as winter changes the trees. My love for Heathcliff resembles the eternal rocks beneath, a source of very little visible delight, but necessary. Nellie, I am Heathcliff. He's always in my mind, but not as a pleasure, any more than I am a pleasure to myself, but as my own being. So don't talk of our separation. It is impossible.
If I can make any sense of your nonsense, it only goes to convince me that you are ignorant of the duties you undertake in marrying, or else that you're a cruel and unprincipled girl. But trouble me with no more secrets. I will not promise to keep them.
You keep that?
No, I will not promise.
Ellen!
How is it that he had not come with the field at this time? What is he doing?
Miss, I think Heathcliff has heard a good part of our conversation, I'm sure of it. I saw him leave just as you were complaining of Hindley's treatment towards him.
I need to speak to him. I must. Oh, Nellie, what did I say? I've forgotten. What could I have possibly said meant to have grieved them. I do wish he'd come. Oh, Nelly, Nelly, look for him. Please, Nelly. He's come.
Oh, what a noise for nothing.
Stars by Emily Bronte. Why? Because the dazzling sun restored my earth to joy. Have you departed, everyone, and left a desert sky? All through the night, your glorious eyes were gazing down in mine, and with a full heart's thankful sighs, I blessed that watch divine. I was at peace and drank your beams as they were life to me, and reveled in my changeful dreams like petrol on the sea. Thought followed thought, star followed star, through boundless regions on, while one sweet influence, near and far, thrilled through and proved us one. Why did the morning rise to break, so great, so pure a spell, and scorch with fire the tranquil cheek where your cool radiance fell? Blood red he rose, and arrow straight, his fierce beam struck my brow. The soul of nature sprang elate, but mine sank sad and low. My lids closed down, yet through their veil I saw him blazing still, and bathe in gold the misty dale, and flash upon the hill. I turned me to the pillow then, to call back night and see your worlds of solemn light again throb with my heart and me. It would not do. The pillow glowed and glowed both roof and floor, and birds sang loudly in the wood, and fresh winds shook the door. The curtains waved, the wakened flowers were murmuring round my room, imprisoned there till I should rise and give them leave to roam. O stars and dreams and gentle night, O night and stars return, and hide me from the hostile light that does not warm but burn, that drains the blood of suffering men, drinks tears instead of dew. Let me sleep through his blinding rain, and only wake with you. Thank you.
Catherine, do you understand what you're doing? That man should never be here in this place. Forget about this room.
Heathcliff, you're back. I can't believe this. You're back. You're alive. Edna, Heathcliff is back. He's alive. I am in a dream. I can't believe that I can see her again. You're cruel, Heathcliff. How can you be silent for 3 years?
You fought through a bitter life since I last heard your voice, Catherine. And you must forgive me, for I struggled only for you.
Catherine, let us have tea, unless you wish us to have it cold.
Come here and greet Heathcliff. He's back. Take his hand and welcome him.
Mrs. Linton is recalling old times, and it is because of her excitement that I am forced to welcome you cordially. Sit down, sir.
Well, I'm gratified to be the reason for her excitement.
Mr. Heathcliff will have a long walk, wherever he may lodge tonight, and I'm thirsty.
Indeed, we do have a visitor.
Oh, Heathcliff! Oh, when did you come? Are you heading towards Skimmerton again?
No. To Wuthering Heights. Henley invited me when I called him this morning. To the Heights? Henley? Never mind.
Heathcliff, you must take a walk along the moors for old time's sake.
Woo!